And it was just me, my own thoughts in my own head with the ringing in my ears. And in that moment by myself, in the quiet, and leading up to this moment, I had been taking on the monumental challenge of trying to make a bowl of cereal for myself. And at this point, I hadn't had the nerve graft repair surgeries to fix my wrist from hanging. My weight was extremely low for what it, my age and circumstances aside. My weight was extremely low. I was extremely weak. The milk might as well have weighed 100 pounds. I struggled to open the box of cereal, and it was almost impossible to even hold the spoon. I complete the mission of making my bowl of cereal, and I'm sitting at the kitchen counter, and that was only half the battle. Now I had to try to eat it. My nerves had been severed in my face. I still can't feel a portion of my face and my chin. I didn't have teeth, which not only give, you don't really realize, but they give your mouth so much structure and your lips structure. It gives you the ability to close your mouth, to not have milk going everywhere. And not only was it going everywhere, I couldn't even feel it all over my face. And this bowl of cereal was just, it was defeating me. And in that moment, I completely broke. And we've already hit on it, but I know for two reasons that I broke in this moment, because it was the first time I had been by myself with only my own thoughts. And also, until this point, I had been strong every day, because I knew, the hardest part of my entire journey was my parents suffering through that burden of recovery with me. And I think now, knowing and going what I've been through, being on the other side of that hospital bed as a loved one, a lot of times a helpless loved one, is exponentially harder than laying in that bed. So trying to put a smile on every day, trying not to tear up when that's all I really could do after a 13-hour arm surgery where they had been hammering metal rods through my bones, and it was pain like I had never felt, all the way to the deep center core of my bones. Telling them, hey, I'm not in pain, it's okay, I'm good, smiling, being strong. But in that moment, by myself, no one around me, almost a movie type setting, the lights were a little dim, and I completely broke. My mom rushed in, and like any wonderful mother, she puts her arms around me and asks if I'm in pain, what's going on. And through the sobs, I could only choke out one thing, and that was, look at me, who's ever going to love me again? And that's tough, even still now, to talk about that today. But like I've said already multiple times, sometimes the deepest, darkest, lowest moments in life teach us the most beautiful lessons. And in that moment, I'm thankful that I had this insight, and I realized that, in talking about the past, that the past is truly the past. In that moment, I realized that with any situation, with any obstacle or event that really knocks you down in life, every opportunity, every intersection, good or bad, you cut out the noise. And this is going to be a tough pill to swallow for some people listening, and it was for me, but it must be done. And that is that you cut out the noise and you only ever have two options. You can either stand up and take that small step forward. You don't have to know where you're going. You don't have to have the perfect plan. You don't have to know what tomorrow holds. But you can either get up and take that small step, or you're going to sit at that kitchen counter for the rest of your life. And now, years later, and one of my favorite lines in the book, I'm thankful that I pushed through those hard times, and I realized, and I truly believe in now, that the smallest of steps eventually completes the grandest of journeys.